Do you like to get crispy? Do you like to feel spicy? Well, if you do, you're in luck, because in all of the annals of humanity, there has never been a city crispier or spicier. Behold, the city of gold. Jerusalem, Al-Quds, or just plain old fucking Jerusalem. Let's go have a peep inside, yeah? The Holy Land, scene of the world's most intractable geopolitical clusterfuck, a battleground that haunts our collective subconscious, populated by regular people trying to get by. Torn apart by walls of concrete, steel, fear and paranoia, it's also home to some of the most amazing sights and humans on our planet. So let's go for a stroll. It's the Shite Guide to the Holy Land.
Israel, Palestine, Israel, Palestine.
It's the Shite Guide to the Holy Land.
Israel, Palestine, Israel, Palestine.
It's the Shite Guide to the Holy Land.
4867, is it hell, is it heaven?
It's the Shite Guide to the Holy Land. Shite Guide to the Holy Land. Considered holy by the three Abrahamic religions, every inch within this wall is, we'll say, guarded jealously. Many of the holiest sites on earth are all located within one single square kilometre. So luckily for us, we can visit them all in one day. And while we're at it, we're going to check out the four quarters of the city that it's split into. So there's the Muslim quarter, the Jewish quarter, the Christian quarter, and the Armenian quarter. Because fucking why not, you know? Go on Armenia, fair play, a little bit of Jerusalem for yourselves, nice one. So we're going to come to the first gate, the Jaffa Gate, and we'll go through the Armenian quarter and we'll check out some of the most amazing sights in the city. Jerusalem is the most contested city in history, and it's recorded as being besieged 23 times, attacked 52 times and captured 44 times. And it was completely destroyed twice. Sadly, its violent curse continues to this day, and a lasting peace is as far away as ever. So right through the Jaffa Gate, inside the old city, and this is the Armenian quarter. To be honest, not 100% sure what the fuck the Armenians were up to. But 'tis a fine quarter, For a city whose name is based on the word peace, salam or shalom, war is never too far away on the horizon. The different religious sects and nationalities are tangled in a constant death struggle where every grain of sand is as important as the grandest of holy sites. And holy moly are there holy sites, some within mere meters of each other. Right, so after a fuck ton of security, the lads took my microphone for the moment, so the sound might be a bit shit, but this is the world's shittest travel show. So, we are on our way past the Western Wall, which we'll get to in a minute, and we're heading up to possibly one of the most amazing architectural sites on Earth. I was just about to get annoyed that the lads were getting in with shorts because I'm wearing dirty jeans in 35-degree weather. But yeah man, we are here at Haram al-Sharif, the noble sanctuary. One of the most highly contested little spots in all of history. It's known by many things, I guess. Known as Haram al-Sharif, the noble sanctuary, the Temple Mount. Means a lot of things to a lot of people. We're going to have a peep around. That bad boy, Al-Aqsa Mosque, one of the oldest mosques in the world, probably the most one of the most important ones as well. That's pretty cool, but we came here to look at something else. The Dome of the Rock. Let's check it. That's the Dome of the Rock. Lovely, lovely. That's the Dome of the Rock. So the big deal is, this is basically we're on a hill, or it was a hill back in the day, and all sorts of groovy religious stuff happened here. But the one that relates to the Muslims is that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon his name, he came here on the night journey, and there's a spot in there where he ascended to heaven, basically. So it's important for the three Abrahamic faiths. There's like a rock in there where Abraham, the daddy of them all, where he was doing some groovy stuff. The area under the dome is beloved by all three Abrahamic religions. For instance, Jews believe it is the foundation stone where the creation of the world began, and all three religions believe it is where Abraham was tested by God, telling him to sacrifice his son. The Bible infers that the Ark of the Covenant was once stored on that exact spot, and its final resting place has caused wars all down through the centuries. Yeah, the weight of history hangs heavy up here. How was this over 1,000 years old and still looking that fresh? So this, the gold dome on top, little story about this. In 1992, it was looking a bit run down, you know, centuries of dents and even bullet holes from, a couple of spicy situations here, the Israelis. Tensions with the Muslims. But in 1992, they needed to fix it. So they called in an Irishman, Pat O'Hara, from Belfast, to fix the dome. I'm not sure if it was an ironic or a pragmatic choice for the most contested spot in the world's most contested city to have a firm from Belfast do the work on an explosively sensitive site. But either way, my van, the company in question, would already have had ample experience operating in the spiciest conditions known to man. As Pat O'Hara said at the time, we're not interested in politics, only construction. We have enough problems at home. Well, amen to that, Pat. This area is so sensitive that one wrong move on this plaza could set off months of riots between the differing nationalities residing here. Basically, this little square is the hottest spot on Earth, and one wrong step, statement, or crooked eye could have repercussions not just throughout this sad land, but throughout the entire planet. A city torn apart by violence and sectarianism stretching back hundreds of years. They say, yeah, we need someone neutral. Let's get someone from Belfast. Oof. He did a good job though, shout out to Pat O'Hara. 11 on the dot, we're out of here. So let's say goodbye to the Dome of the Rock. Honestly, absolutely breathtaking. You cannot come here and miss it. So in the summertime, the opening hours for non-Muslims is between 8 AM and 11 AM. And if you miss that, then it's I think yeah, like 12 to 1. But yeah, man.
The time is over. يلا معلم.
Sorry bro, where's the exit?
This way.
This way, my man. Shukran.
You welcome عفوا أهلا وسهلا. خذ the skirt here please. Beside the gate.
So yeah, got the exit. Oh, bit of singing going on here. See what the crack is. Thank you, man. Shukran. Not sure what's going on here, but it looks interesting. Take a wild guess. I think the lads up in Haram Al Sharif do not like that, but I have no idea what the crack is. So that's one major Abrahamic religion done. Let's head on to the next one, and it's this way. While Jerusalem looks gorgeous and peaceful on a day like today, there is a constant and inescapable tension running through the streets and hanging in the air. Ancient blood feuds mingle with modern controversies, and the entire city lives on a knife edge. Any perceived power plays by a religious sect can have catastrophic consequences, and the tentative peace can shatter in an instant. The demographics of the city ebb and flow, and the current trend is Jewish-Israeli expansion. When a community believes that interlopers are infringing in their area, it is perceived as an attack. An invisible rage is unleashed, and the newspapers of the world dedicate yet more ink on their sheets to the blood on these streets. Alright, so I remember from the last time here, there's a special quiet place to have a nice view away from the crowds. So let's have a look, and it's fuck, okay. Guess we'll just keep on walking. You can find me smoking rollies in Jerusalem, find me getting holy in Jerusalem. The occupation told me don't be bold, you gotta keep your head down in the city of gold. You can find me smoking rollies in Jerusalem, find me getting holy in Jerusalem. The occupation told me don't be bold, you gotta keep your head down in the city of gold. Yeah man, security here is no joke. This is my third metal detector of the day. But yeah, it's worth it because we're coming to the next site. So without further introduction, let me introduce the Western Wall. That's the Western Wall. Lovely, lovely. That's the Western Wall. Or the Wailing Wall, depending on your vibe. So this is the basically the most holy site in all of Judaism, and it's right there. So let's get up close and personal with one of the cooler walls in this country. Also, you need to be wearing headwear when you come in here. So they got a box of disposable kippas. I came prepared, already wearing a hat, so we're good. So, man, there it is. And then, so, see the lines of the faithful. The Western Wall is believed to have been started by King Herod in the year 19 BCE. And although it's 32 meters high, 13 of those meters are underground. Its significance for Judaism is that it's the closest point you can get to the Holy of Holies, which is located somewhere behind it apparently, but is now lost to time. What is the Western Wall? The Western Wall, the Wailing Wall, is basically a retaining wall. So on top of it used to be the first and second temple from way back in Jewish history. So the first temple, Herod's temple, was destroyed by those pesky Babylonians in the year. And the second temple, which was built on the same site, was destroyed by the Romans in the year 70. So like 35 years or so after my man Jesus went down. So the spicy issue is what the Jews consider the Temple Mount. So up over that is where we just were, the Haram al-Sharif. So when the Muslims came in the year 600 fucking something, they built the Dome of the Rock on the same site where the temple supposedly stood, which is the rock where Abraham was doing his thing, because Abraham's the granddaddy of all these three religions: Christianity, Judaism, Islam. That's why they're called the Abrahamic religions. So it's a pilgrimage site for hundreds of years, and the site that the Jewish diaspora aimed their prayers at throughout, the exile. After the majority of them were, as the story goes, just kicked out of the Holy Land. Really a beautiful spot. So to give you an idea of how closely intertwined all these religious sites are, that right there was where we walked up to get into up to Haram al-Sharif, or down here they call it the Temple Mount. Really, really amazing. That's the thing about Jerusalem, man. It's there's been 25 civilizations that have ruled this place that we know of. If you go down, there's actually 30 layers, 30 archaeological layers in Jerusalem. So every time a new ruler would come in, which was a lot, they would basically just kind of clear away their predecessor stuff and then build their stuff on top of it. So when the Muslim rulers came through, the temple was already gone, but the site was still holy, you know what I mean? Abraham is still cool. So you can see where a lot of the fighting comes from, you know what I mean? And that's, I guess, why there's armed cops and soldiers absolutely everywhere. Makes me a little uneasy. On the topic of archaeology and kind of when you get, take hold of the city, you put your own stamp on it. So where we are here, this entire area used to actually be the fifth quarter. So Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Armenian, and the fifth quarter was here. It used to be the Moroccan quarter. And when the Israelis took the city the old city in the 1967 war, one of the first things they did was come to the Western Wall. So this used to be all kind of houses, apparently a bit of a slum. So there used to only be a small strip where you could actually go and view the wall. So one of the commanders made a split decision the day they took the old city, and they bulldozed the entire quarter. So they knew there'd be pilgrims coming, they knew there'd be pilgrimages, and they needed space. But to put it in context, during the 1948 war, the Jewish quarter back that direction was very, very heavily damaged by, I think, the Jordanian forces. So that's it, man. Like, every time someone rolls through here, tide of history comes in, sweeps some shit away, and leaves new remnants. Closed? Okay. Cool. I don't know what's up there, but it's closed. Closed to me in shorts anyway. So yeah, different parts of the city, different sections are just closed to different religions at different times of the day. So we need to get to our third Abrahamic religion site. Fucking maybe it's this way, who knows? I'm too tall for this shit, man.
Cats, I like cats. There's a whole lot of cats in the Holy Land. Cats, I like that. A load of cats in the Holy Land. How about that? Cats and cats. Load of cats and a load of cats. Cats, look at that cat. A whole lot of cats in the Holy Land.
Don't speak that much of Arabic. How much do you speak Arabic?
So, to get to our third major religious site, I'm going to start right around here at the Lion's Gate. So we're going to do, there's a walk to get to the next spot, and it happens to be the last walk ever taken by my... Thank you, Mama. Cheers, brother. I already knew that. But it's the final walk taken by my third favourite socialist, a very famous lad around these parts by the name of Jesus Christ. So we're going to follow what people say was the exact route that Jesus took on his way to get crucified, and the spot of the crucifixion will be our last stop. So this is the site here where Jesus was condemned, the second station of the cross. So as we go along, we'll follow all the different stations. I think there's 12 or 15 of them. Or, I don't know, I don't remember the shit. Alright, so this tells me there's... Alright, so there's 14 stations of the cross. So, yeah, man. So where Jesus got condemned by that Bowsy Pontius Pilate. So let's check out the rest. So we got what? We got condemned to that, carries his cross. Let's just check it out. On to the next station. There's a lot of archways in town, but this is the only one here where the legend has it that Jesus actually walked under. It's called the Echo Homo Arch. So yeah, myself and Jesus have one thing in common. We walked under the same arch, and we're both socialists. The prison of Christ. In any revolution, the socialists are always the first to go to jail. So here we are, yeah, the Via Dolorosa. Look, all along the way, the stations are marked by these little things. So this is where Jesus got his cross. That's distasteful. There he is himself. So we're going uphill, so it's on the way to the legendary Calgary. I'm fucking bayed out. I don't know how Jesus did it. We're the same age, and that fella was carrying a cross. Almost there. Alright. Been climbing, but we're on the home stretch now. So we missed a couple of the stations, but I don't know, were they important? There's like Jesus falls the first time, Jesus falls the second time, Jesus falls the third time.
It's the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Love, love. It's the Church of the Holy Sepulchre.
It's pretty crowded. Maybe we'll try and go up here for a little top-down view. So there's the five final stations of the cross are in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and it's pretty holy. So the spot down there that all these people are kissing is supposedly the exact spot where Jesus was crucified.
The Church of the Holy Sepulchre has a long-ass name and a long-ass history, stretching back to the 4th century where a pagan temple once stood. According to interpretations of the Bible, this site is considered to be Golgotha or Calvary, where Jesus was crucified and buried. It is the holiest site in all of Christendom.
Hey. Hello. So the church is split up into a whole load of different sections. It's not just one church, it's a couple really that all joined together. So there's 6 different Christian denominations in control of the church. I don't know who they are, but 6 different Christian ones. So there's a situation where no one's allowed to change anything in the church unless all 6 denominations agree on it. And it's been a couple hundred years since anybody's been able to agree on anything whatsoever. So unfortunately, this entire church is actually slowly falling apart because the 6 parties can't all agree to do anything. It was a hill when Jesus was here. So 300 years or so after Jesus was supposedly crucified here, some chick whose name was built this church. So I mean, like all the archaeology here, it's not so much about the truth, it's more about the narrative. So once you say it happened here, then everyone's like, okay, it happened here. So we don't, no one knows if that's the real spot Jesus was crucified. I'm going to go with probably not, because, you know, it's all about power. And if you can claim a particularly holy spot, then you had power back in the day. So, put the sunglasses on. So I'll tell you how weird the situation gets, right? So, if you look right up there, there's a ladder, right? It's called the immovable ladder. And basically in 1700 and I think 86, something like that, somebody was out doing a bit of work on the side of the building, and they forgot to bring in the ladder. So because the 6 Christian sects guard their jobs so jealously, they couldn't agree on who had the honor of moving the ladder. So that ladder has literally been sitting right up there for 200 years, 300 years. All because these holy people, these men and women of God, cannot agree on who gets to do it. So it's a highly bizarre situation. But it's kind of like a microcosm of Jerusalem itself, you know. It's having control of any religious sites gives you power, gives you a reason to rule a certain part of the city. And another story on this, there was I think it was a Coptic monk. See, like fights. See, the thing is, fights actually break out here quite often, and there's actually some videos have gone viral of priests kicking the shite out of each other. And like one example, one day, somewhere up there, it's run by the Coptics, right? So a sect of Christianity, and there's always a monk sitting on a chair up there at all times to keep the claim. One day he was sitting there, and it was a hot day like today. He was probably getting sunburned like myself, so he moved his chair 20 centimeters to the left so he could get out of the sun. And he caused an extreme, violent, diplomatic, spicy situation with the other 5 people thinking, hey man, you try to claim an extra piece of the church. So it's, I don't need to tell you, it's just bananas, man. It's just so silly. A place that's so holy, and just people get caught up in this utter fucking nonsense. Yeah, man. Church of the Holy Sepulchre. We've done all the holy shit. Now we need to get some food, maybe some pomegranate juice. And we'll check out a couple of the quarters around the city. Gotta get those, I think. Sorry, brother. How much is the pomegranate juice?
30
How much? 30.
بحكي معاه.
Okay. 30 shekels, the dude says, for some pomegranate juice. So there's 3.5 shekels to the euro at the moment. So the guy was trying to charge me basically 10 euros for a little thing of fucking pomegranate juice. Fucking hell, man.
History, 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 history. Let's go back in history, history, history. Reversing the footage is a metaphor to show that we're going back in history. History, history. Yeah, it's a little on the nose, but whatever.
It's loco. It's saying the paving stones here are from the Second Temple period. It says this street was found in its entirety 3 meters below this existing level here. So how wild is that, man? Just different layers and layers and layers of archaeology to be found. Okay, so coming through the Jewish quarter now at the moment, and I've come over this direction to show you, just to get an idea of how the archaeology actually works here. And it's this bad boy here, the Western Cardo. So it's pretty nondescript, but when I get down, I'll be able to explain to you the significance.
Cardo, the Cardo.
So we gotta go a couple layers down into the Cardo. But what the fuck is the Cardo? So if you look where we are here, right? So we're a couple of layers below this street. But this was actually excavated, right? This, what we're looking at here, was the old Byzantine shopping street. So when I was talking about the archaeology, the different layers, right? All the different layers of archaeology in the city. When you'd come in, you'd build something, then, I don't know, fucking 100 years later, the next guys capture the town, they knock your shit, and they build their buildings, back and forth, back and forth. Maybe there's an earthquake, and the buildings collapse. And just over the years, these like layers of kind of man-made sediment start building up. So back 1,000 odd years ago, or 3,000 whatever years ago, the city was here. So this was the level. So you've literally got millennia of people's houses, fucking synagogues, temples, all sorts, all collapsing. So this, if you came here during the Byzantine times, this would have been the level you were on. I've no idea what's in here, but so this in the middle here, that's the Cardo. So yeah, an old map. I guess Jerusalem was a lot smaller then. Yeah, man, the Cardo. Like, look at that. Basically, like, all these walls could just be under someone's house. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a house in an archaeological area, and people think you got something important underneath it, you're probably in a lot of trouble. Layers and layers, man. Like an onion, to paraphrase another fella. Oh. Basically, anywhere in Jerusalem you dig, you're going to find something, man. The place has been occupied by people for thousands of years. And actually, as of today that I'm here, I was checking the news earlier today. Yesterday, somebody found in an archaeological dig near Mount Zion, just outside the wall of by the Jewish quarter, some dude found an arrowhead from the Neolithic period, 7,000 years old. So man, for at least 7,000 years, humans have been non-stop occupying this area. Wild shit.
شغال بو يا حياة خلاص بو الشغال
Holy fuck.
بو يا منيا بو
עכשיו לא תופסים אף אחד.
שוטר לא מהר, לא מהר.
برخوه بينزلوا برخوه له كدور بروش فضع فين
خلاص حي الفاضي مسوق الجوق عمار خلاص
Lads are after. Jesus Christ, I thought that's some kind of fucking tear gas or something, man. Jesus fucking Christ. So there you have but a tiny example of the fucking shenanigans here. There's a couple of young lads coming through the Muslim quarter, started a fight. I missed the start of the fight, but they just pulled up to a dude's shop, started pushing him, punches fly, then they set off a load of tear gas, and the police came in, gave them a little bit of chase up the street here, but did not catch him. Whew. Yeah, man. So after a nice sectarian attack, it's good to chill out and let the tear gas drift away with a big nice dirty coffee. And what style of, is this like Arabic coffee?
Arabic coffee.
Arabic coffee, yes. Oh my god. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable. It's delicious, man. Yeah. It's delicious. I'm going to enjoy mine. I'll let you do your work.
Welcome.
Cheers, man. Shukran. See now the magic happens, lads. The dirtiest, thickiest, soupiest coffee I've ever had in my life. Whew. It beats tear gas anyway. So I think that's enough for one day. Gonna go home to the hostel, wash the tear gas out of my eyes, have a big shower, and tomorrow I'm gonna go out into the different neighborhoods and try and find out what that little exchange was about. The walls of Jerusalem.